Hi! Getting started with OBS can be time consuming, a little bit intimidating at first, and some things you only learn with experience. Whether you're just starting out with live streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, looking to migrate into OBS for the first time or from another platform, what we're going to be looking at today is a kit that I've put together, I'm calling the OBS Starter Kit. It's going to contain a lot of different things to help you get set up, along with a lot of best practices, nested scenes, stuff that I've talked about on this channel before, all in one package, which should be able to be installed within 30 seconds. Now, if you're like me and often throw away the instructions and want to jump straight to the download, the link is just down below here. It's in my Ko-fi shop. I'm just setting it up for the first time. You can download this one for free or pay what you like. The link is in the description down below. Let's get started with this. One of the key design elements I wanted to create with this starter kit was to create something that is just a one-click open solution. So this OBS version runs in what's called Portable Mode, which means everything is contained within the one folder. It might be a little different to, just downloading it with the executable you get from the site, but it makes things a lot simpler in terms of backing up, trying out things for the first time. OBS Portable Mode is great for a lot of reasons, and one of the main reasons is the ability to be able to back it up really easily. It's just one folder. Definitely back up your stuff. Have you backed up your stuff today? Yeah, I'm looking at you. Do it right now. What it also allows you to do is version control. So if you want to try out a new effect or a new plugin, you're not sure if it's going to break anything, we've all been there before, you can just create a copy of that folder, try it out, see how it goes, and then move on to use that one going forward. Some of the feedback I received before about my LioranBoard guides is that they look really good, but they're very hard to implement. It takes a lot of time consuming to set it up. So with this OBS starter kit, it comes with a pre-configured LioranBoard. Yes, you heard that right. You don't need to set up any TSL transmitters or anything like that. It's baked straight into OBS. Let's jump into it now and see if we can get it set up within the 30-second timer. All right, start the clock. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, due to limitations in how OBS handles file paths, you will need to download this into the root of your drive in a folder called OBS, and then extract what's in the contents of the zip folders from there. It'll make sense in a second. Let's check it out. All right, so as I mentioned, you'll need to have a file path like this in the root of your drive. Doesn't matter which drive it is, just have a folder called OBS. You can see here all of my stuff that I've got set up here. Once you've downloaded the zip file, open it up, drag this one in. All right, let's see if we can make this 30 seconds. This is going to be done in real time. Come on, zip file. I didn't account for the zip file. Why is this taking so long? All right, I'm going to cheat and pause the timer for a second. My hard drive is slowing down. Generally should not take this long. All right, once it's downloaded, let's go in here. Kick open OBS executable, which can be found here. I'll leave a description to that on the stage. That's opened up. All right, coming back to it, we want to also open up LioranBoard to show you that it's pre-configured. All right, receiver, just open up the receiver. This receives instructions. Okay, receiver's there. As you can see, it's coming on. Okay, PC, you can see in the corner here, it's already connected. All right, let's open up the stream deck so we can actually do something. Can we make the 30-second timer? I should have set a timer on here, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. All right, let's keep going. Connect in, boom. If I can change a scene, we'll call it a success. Okay, great, but there's no camera. We need to quickly go in, add a camera. Come on, SparkCam, let's do it. Where's my SparkCam? Yes, it looks like crap, but if we come back over here, we can see they're just chatting and it's working. 30 seconds. Would you believe it? All right, there you go. You can prove. Now let's dive into it a little bit deeper and fix up this goddamn camera. It's horrible. All right, so now that you can see that it is actually very quick to install, let's take a little bit more time to go through each of the features, what you can expect from that and how to use it. All right, so as you can see, right off the bat, we have a couple of main scenes up here. So these are going to be the most common ones that people use. So I've configured it with just a very default settings, very default layout, I should say. It's very minimal. You can change this to however you like. I've just put it in here to give a couple of examples. Let's concentrate on a few of these first. first. So here are the main scenes, and what you'll notice is in each of these scenes, they have what we call nested scenes, okay, in over here. The first one, we'll go through them step by step, is the scene overlays. So let's have a look at what is contained within the scene overlays. So you go down here to behind the scenes, like the pun. Think of these as kind of utilities that help you build out your main scenes. They'll make sense in a minute. I've noticed them, I've named them here with a scene underscore prefix, just so it's easier for LioranBoard and other programs, and even sometimes OBS, to distinguish what element you're talking about. If you go down to the overlays, this appears on top of every single scene that you've got. You've got the scene alerts, which we'll jump into, and the meme overlay. Meme overlay, I've got a video on what that is and why you want to use it up here, but this template comes pre-configured with 2 memes, so we'll have a look at what they are as well, just a sec. Starting with the alerts, I've just left a browser template in here. Whack in your Streamlabs alerts overlay or stream elements or whatever you want, so you can get things like followers, whatever, just in this URL here. That's all you need to do, and then that will appear across every single scene you have. The next is the meme overlay. So we'll have a look at this in a second here, but you can see here there's 2 videos. I want a fart video, because who doesn't want a fart video, and then a main camera zoom. I will show you that in a little bit. But think of this scene as a way to contain all of the special effects, video files that you want to play. These ones are pre-configured, ready to go to be able to use with LioranBoard. So let's have a look at what they do. If I come down here to the gameplay scene, and I open up the Stream Deck, see these buttons mapped here, right? So let's put that sort of out of the way so you can see it. If I want to zoom, the first effect you'll have on the meme overlay is the ability to zoom in on your face at any time around there. Native face tracking within OBS. I like this so much that I'm actually going to start using it on my screen. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. It's a lot of fun. It tracks you around the room. One click on and off, works across every single scene. You don't need to be in any particular scene. As long as you've got that overlay there, it'll appear everywhere. And then obviously !fart. This can also be mapped to a Twitch command, or you can just use the button randomly to fart whenever you like. A classic for any streamer, must have it. Let's talk about a little bit about how LioranBoard is generally configured. So generally, you would need to download LioranBoard, put it in a folder, open up a separate custom browser tab, which you can have up here, put it in, and then have it configured like that. I've already pre-configured this one, so it's just a very generic flat install with all of the buttons that you'll see on the receiver in a moment. As soon as you see this little connected bit up here, it means you're good to go. The only thing you would need to do if you wanted to get it to work with your Twitch account, and again, you don't need to use this with your Twitch account if you just want to use some of the effects offline, is just come up here and click the link your Twitch button. It's very straightforward. You just come through here, open the URL, and away you go. I'm not just going to do that right now because it's going to affect something that's going on later on. And so going forward, I will be releasing a few more buttons from LioranBoard and effects that we can do in there and give you the direct template in this format. So instead of you trying to reconfigure it from scratch and do everything, you can just download a copy, play with it, and then if you like it, you can import it into your own OBS. We'll show you how to do that as well. Again, I won't go too far into that. When I release the next video, we'll go through how to actually import and export the extra buttons using this template as the starter kit as a base. But for now, let's look at the second nested scene. I have covered this before with another video, and it's highly recommended to have your camera, or multiple cameras rather, because this can handle multiple cameras in its own nested scene as well. So let's take a little bit of a further look at that. So if we open up the scene main camera, you'll notice that that's just below the overlay. It across all the scenes that you want your face on. Let's come in here and have a look. Right, we're getting a little bit bigger now. So this also has another nested scene within it, one layer down. Now you might be thinking that's a little bit of overkill, but going forward, this will allow us to handle devices for cameras separately, add in some interesting effects, and make management of this very, very much easier. If you've just got one camera to start off, it might be easier to place it in one scene, but later down the line, you'll be kicking yourself thinking, why didn't I set up a nested scene at the first start? That happens to everybody, including me. So if you go into the scene for devices and cameras, you'll notice that there's camera 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has support for up to 4 cameras. You saw it in the beginning there. You may need to do this for the first time. If you just double click on your camera won't be set up directly because it's probably looking for a one that doesn't exist. Just come down here, choose the one you want. Set it up, with your custom resolution so it doesn't look horrible like it did at the start. Click OK, and that's it. Now, if you want, you can also configure 2 cameras. So let's put on my Elgato Capture HD just to give you an idea. Now, what this scene allows you to do is something really, really cool. I can click on any one of these buttons. And what you'll notice, is that the other scene there, the other camera automatically made itself invisible. How do we do that? I've got a script included with this one, which you can download from the OBS website. It's under scripts. It's called Source Toggler. If you put in the name of the scene or a group that you want to have set up to have this function, what it will do is make sure that only one source is available. So it allows you to quickly just change between different cameras with LioranBoard. So if we open up LioranBoard now, and I go back to the just chatting scene, you can see that it's using my capture card now. If I just extend it out a little bit over here, just so we can see what's happening, maybe we'll take it down the bottom here so it's a little bit easier to see. You'll see there are buttons, camera 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If I click on camera 1, it's going to come to the camera that's right in front of me, and all of these are marked appropriately to show that they're off. Camera 2, like that, so on and so forth. Camera 3 and camera 4 are not set up, so they're obviously not going to be there. Just makes camera management so much easier, and the only way to do that is with nested camera scenes. So highly recommend you take this and put it into your own scenes, which you can do as we discussed earlier. All right, that was a lot of information I threw at you pretty quickly. So tell me, how did you go downloading this one if you do implement it for yourself? What do you plan to build out with it? Do you find it useful? Is there something you would like to see? Let me know in the comments down below. Going forward, we will have a series on this, and I will be adding in extra LioranBoard buttons and effects. Some of them I might be displaying on the screen now. I found this is a much better way to demonstrate what I'm hoping to explain, rather than just tell you what it is. I can also tell you, show you, and then you can download the effect and play for it with yourself. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you around next time. Bye bye.